अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स, वेलकम। एक प्यार भरा स्वागत है आपके लिए और एक बहुत प्यार भरा प्रोग्राम लेके आई हूँ आपके लिए जिसका नाम है एन इवनिंग विद सुमेरा। और इसमें मैं यहाँ पे लोकल जितने भी हमारे काउंसलर्स हैं या पॉलिटिशियंस हैं या हमारी सोसाइटी का बिजनेसमैन हैं और या फिर जो सोसाइटी का बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ चढ़ के हिस्सा लेने वाले लोग हैं जिनकी बिना पे हमारी सोसाइटी चल रही है, उन लोगों को मैं इनवाइट करूँगी और उनके साथ एक प्यार भरी इवनिंग गुजारूँगी और जिसमें वो हमें अपने बारे में बताएंगे, अपने काम के बारे में बताएंगे और हमें ये बताएंगे कि वो उनकी जर्नी कैसी चल रही है और वो यहाँ तक इस मुकाम तक कैसे पहुँचे हैं। हमारी आज की जो मेहमान हैं जिनको हमने इनवाइट किया है वो हैं अलमारा कैटरीना एवान।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम। अलमारा, मैं आपसे सबसे पहले तो ये पूछना चाहूँगी कि आपका नाम है अलमारा कैटरीना एवान, तो प्लीज़ कैन यू एक्सप्लेन अस अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट इट प्लीज़, थैंक यू।
ओके, आपने पूछा तो चलो मैं बताती हूँ। यूजुअली पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों का नाम रखते हैं, you know, from Islamic point of view. My dad actually kept my name from a film that he watched. It was in Sumera's first Indian movie, which was called Alam Ara, which is about a girl that saved the world, and she saved people from actually burying girls when they were born. So yeah, my dad called me Alamara. Katrina, a lot of people don't know and realise, but I'm actually mixed race. My mum's actually English, but she's more Pakistani than any woman I know. So yeah, that's where Katrina stems from, and Awan speaks for itself. Awan's Awan.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I always thought that you are probably have some Western in you as well. Yeah.
I often get asked, "Are you Patani?" But no, yeah.
No, you're very pretty. Yeah. So, how did you started your journey? What was your first steps to come into this field?
Okay, I'm an education specialist, and my inspiration was actually my teacher, funny enough. I came from a family which was quite traditional, where my parents didn't really understand that education was very important. And my dad was like, "Oh, सब चलता है, कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, बेटों को पढ़ना है, बेटियाँ तो ऐसे, you know." So he was actually, in a way, he inspired me or encouraged me to develop more further. And my teacher, who is an absolutely amazing, her name, I hope she's still alive, Elizabeth Plant, if you are. She inspired me. She said, basically, one day I walked into her classroom and she said to me, "Alamara, you're inspiring because you bring about your breath of fresh air." And I loved her. I watched her. She was my role model, and she was the reason why I went into teaching, because she changed my life, and I then decided I was going to change others. My inspiration as far as women go, you know, there was a saying I once heard when I was a teenager, and it was Sumera. It was, if you educate a woman, you educate a household, you educate a family.
That's very true. Yeah.
But my feeling is, and what I've learned over these, God, I've been teaching now nearly 20 years. But you educate a woman, you educate a nation, not a family.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. So, as you are very social activist, and you go to different events, and you plan different events yourself as well. So, what kind of problems are people or the women are facing, which they need to carry on?
There's lots of problems out there: depression, hormones, you know, domestic violence, education ignorance. There's even the ladder of, you know, politics, jobs. We're constantly, you know, we're constantly in a battlefield, you know, and there's that strife. And I believe that women should be there to support each other, to grow each other, and to be there for each other. Unfortunately, that's not the case. You know, as sadly as it's, you know, it's a man's world.
Oh my God.
It is a man's world, but as long as those women stick together and encourage each other, then there are changes happening. I mean, I've worked for various different councils, and where I've seen that there is a vast amount of women coming forward. If you look at society generally, I have the pleasure of knowing quite a few MPs. You know, Samina Chowdhury, you know,
Samia Chowdhury,
you know, lovely lady. There's so many out there now that are striving hard, and they get, you know, they're really doing well. And so things are changing. Slow.
Acha, do you think the society and the men are accepting women coming forward, and how are they handling it?
No, I don't think men are handling it well at all. I think there'll always be that women are women, men are men. But the slow and steady change, and it's all about respect. If you're able to portray to them and show them that you deserve that respect, you've earned that respect, then respect will be given. I mean, a majority of my friends are actually male and colleagues, and they have the utmost respect for me. But that's taken time. It's taken a lot of dedication, and it's taken time. But alhamdulillah, yeah, I think we are getting somewhere.
Okay. And the people and the women who are depressed, single women who have no places to go to, and I think you have made up this group, or would you like to tell us about that, please? And how should women get involved in that as well?
Okay, I'm CEO for a group called Zabardast Butterflies. It's a women's social group. Now, it's not for women that are suffering with domestic violence and things like that. I mean, by all means, it's quite varied as to who's in the group, but it's for women everywhere. We have professionals in there. We do have women who have suffered, but it's quite a diverse group. And how that works is we're able to help each other. There's a standard joke we have in the group, and quite a lot of the public are saying it now. They say, don't Google it, Zabardast Butterflies it. We basically tell jokes, quotes, duas. We plan trips, we plan holidays. I plan training sessions where women can get basic skills. We do mindfulness. I'm also quite active in the community, so I'm aware of what's happening, and alhamdulillah, you know, everyone keeps me in the loop what's going on, and so I make sure that my ladies are able to access those events. And also we encourage each other. We've saved quite a few ladies. I mean, a very sad story just last week was I had one lady who one-to-one me who'd seen something, a quote. It was a simple dua that was put into our group, and she said that actual quote saved her from suicide. She said, I was literally on the verge. She said, and you put something in that group that changed my life. I think it's really important to know we don't know what little steps we're taking that are changing so many people's lives. We've had ladies that were afraid to come out and actually go into public, lack of confidence, lack of family support, and you know, that's really sad. So our group encourages those people to get the help they need, to get the education they need, and also we just support each other.
Okay, as you said, you've organized and created this group for all these vulnerable women out there. So how should they, if there are people, public watching it, how should they get involved, and how should they contact you?
Okay, there will be the number running across the screen. You can contact that number or WhatsApp a message. You will then be put through to my steering committee, and an assessment will be made. You will receive a phone call, and then it will be assessed whether you're put into the Zabardast Butterflies dialogue group, or the Zabardast Butterflies events group, and we also have Zabardast Butterflies Rishta group. Because something came about over the last few years. Everywhere I went, everyone used to say to me, "Oh Lamara, do you know anyone? Meri beti hai, meri beta hai. Aapki koi rishta jate, aapki koi behan hai?" That was the classic one, which I actually took as quite a compliment. You know, the amount of times I was asked that. So I decided to form a Rishta group because we found that a lot of parents were finding that people were turning their children.
It's very difficult to find.
Very difficult.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. And a lot of children are turning to social media and exploring, and a lot of parents are feeling quite really defenseless, and they're finding that they're really struggling. So yes, we have a Rishta group as well, which is working absolutely fantastic. To give you an idea of how many members we had in the Rishta group, when it was formed and the link actually went out, within 45 minutes we had 236 members.
Wow.
So that shows there's a big need. Alhamdulillah, the butterflies last year, we also had some successful marriages and 2 successful engagements, and I believe one is hopefully blossoming, inshallah, for Christmas.
That's very nice. That's very good to know. And this type of help and all these type of things really work out in the society, in the people, and they feel encouraged, and they are able to come out and do different activities. अच्छा जी, आप और अपने बारे में कुछ बताना चाहेंगी? So your teacher was the one who actually inspired you to become that motivational person who is going to motivate other people as well.
Yes.
All right. Is there any event that you went through in your life, or is there anything would you like to share with us, or it's up to you if it's like?
Okay. Yes, I've had quite a lot of tragedy in my life. That's part of the reason why I'm writing my new book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to talk about the book after this.
Yes, I was involved in quite a few, very, gosh, it's difficult for me to speak about it, but a very serious traffic accident, which led me with quite a few problems, which is what I'm going to explore further in my book.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
thanks for sharing that very private thing with us.
No,
and
that's fine.
Okay. So, would you like to tell us about your book and when it's your opening ceremony of the book, and tell us about your book first of all.
Okay. My book's my biography. It's actually my life story. It also has quite a lot of lessons to inspire other ladies, and it talks about my journey and barriers to going into education and well-being. It's basically covers like mixed race, my achievements, and mashallah, as you're aware, I've travelled all over the world and received awards from quite a few countries for inspiring other women. And the book sort of goes into depth as to my story. If I tell you too much,
then it's not going to be fun. Yeah, that's
but what
true.
I can say is my book relates to every woman.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a woman alive that won't pick up that book and say, wow. And hopefully, I'm hoping that will inspire you to further educate yourself, or to better yourself, or make a change to your life. Because if I can do it with the barriers that I've had, then anyone can.
And is it complete, or is it halfway, or when is it? When is the opening ceremony?
It was almost complete, but I'm finding that there's sort of chapters of my life that need to be put in. So hopefully, inshallah, the book will be finished in July. I'm aiming for the 17th of July. So inshallah, that's a work in progress. So we've already got a waiting list of about 200 requests for the book before it's finished.
So that's very, very good. Congratulations for that, and we look forward for that as well. Okay, तो और अपना कुछ पर्सनल शेयर करना चाहेंगी? कभी प्यार मोहब्बत के बारे में आपका क्या ख्याल है? Have you ever been in love, or what is love? Would you like to sort of put some words together?
What is love? Love for me is spreading smiles. Okay, my main motto to all my ladies is, your smiles are my sadka jariya. On a personal level,
No, it's all right. People do fall in love again and again, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can fall in love. And,
I love the world. I love life.
Mm-hmm.
I love life. I love seeing people better themselves, and I live for the world. I generally do. All my family friends say, oh, you know, you need to calm down, you care too much, you need to slow down. But I believe from somebody that nearly died and nearly lost her life, every day is important to me. Every day. And I try to make a difference to people's lives that are surrounding me every day.
Okay, so in terms of charities, what are your goals, and various charities, how are they supporting you, and how are you going to support the community?
Okay. Over the last 6 months, I've travelled to 4 countries, and I've helped with various different school projects and orphanages, and generally the poor in general. One of the most the most amazing project that I worked with recently was a school called Al Mustafa, which is just outside Gujarat. It was a special needs school, and I got lovely
So
warm welcome.
basically, you are not only working within the UK, but you
Yes.
are outside the UK as well. You're working international on an international level as well. Yes.
Because
Well, I've been
schools
actually seeing you on the Facebook, as you know that, and I've seen all that all of your work, and it's great. Would you like to please explain us?
Al Mustafa was a special needs school which operates just outside Gujarat, and I got a lovely warm welcome to go. You know, when I went there, it had blind students reading Quran. There was deaf students singing Nate, and the feeling when I stepped into that school was amazing. I've travelled and I've taught, assessed and observed in nearly every school that covers under the Ealing Borough.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some very nice special needs schools in this country, but I have to say, well done Pakistan. That school was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The education system, the hygiene, the special support, the assessments were outstanding. I'm not just a teacher, I've taught at every levels, as you're aware, Sumera.
Yeah.
Primary, secondary, adult education. I'm a teacher observer and assessor.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it's okay looking at this country and how they're doing, which is mainly government funded. But to go home, to go to Pakistan, अपने देश में जाके ऐसे स्कूल देखना मेरे आँखों में आंसू आ गए, and I was so
amazing.
proud.
Yeah.
I've now been liaising with quite a few schools and looking at different schools that need help. We also looked at Alim school that needed support, and so I've got my hands in quite a few projects, but I don't make full announcements of them. ऐसे मेरे सवाब यहाँ भी हैं मगर वहाँ भी होना
हाँ,
चाहिए.
कई दफ़ा क्या भी जाता है कि अगर इस हाथ से नेकी करो तो दूसरे हाथ को भी पता नहीं चलना चाहिए. So this is very good form of charity, or it's very good.
At the same time, I argue that yes, that's fine. You know, it's good to sort of keep a lot of our good deeds to ourselves, but we also do need to tell people a little bit as well, because I've found that over the years that I've encouraged others to go on and do these good deeds. I've got a project running at the moment which is Warm Their Feet, Feed Them Sweet, and I have people all over the world that are actually going to schools, colleges and universities that aren't government funded, so in Africa, Pakistan, India. I came back from India. I won an Indian award for Inspiring Indian Woman 2019. That was a great honour. And I've gone back and checked what's actually happening, checked that the funding that we've given is actually working and what they're doing with it. But I decided to do a small project for the general public. It's called Warm Their Feet, Feed Them Sweet. And people all over the world are going into schools and they're just giving whatever they can to put shoes on their feet and give the children a treat. Because what we don't realise is we often pump money in and then, paisa de de, sadka de, Allah dekh raha hai, jayega ya nahi jayega, maine apni farz nibhaya. My theory is give a little, but give it from your own hands.
All right.
Allah ne aapko ye haath diye. If you go on a holiday, I've travelled all over the world, but everywhere I go, I make sure I visit either a school, an orphanage, or a poor centre where we can actually donate and I can do it myself.
Very good, yeah, very, very inspiring. Thank you very much. And now we are going for a little break, and I'll see you after the break. ब्रेक के बाद फिर वापस आएंगे और अलमारा जी से उनके बारे में और बात करेंगे. थैंक यू.